Hello my lovely little weasels. Wisp Prime in 2024 is incredibly amazing at honestly basically doing every single mission type there is, and in today's video I will be explaining why that is, showing you the build, explaining the abilities, doing everything that is necessary for you to make Wisp amazing. So without any further delays, let's quickly get into the abilities. We have her passive. She and her companion of choice become invisible whilst they're airborne, and this one disappears, so I guess you become visible when you land or fire a weapon. Reservoirs is her first ability. She summons 3 little separate motes, or with the augment on the side of the screen right now, fused reservoirs, you can cast all 3 at once. Now, all 3 of these give 3 different buffs. So we have the Vitality mote giving you max flat bonus on your health regeneration, and on the haste one you get movement speed, attack speed, and a fire rate buff, and also the last one is going to be the shock mode, doing electricity damage and stunning enemies for a short period. Now, this one is going to be very good because, of course, Archon stretch, giving us extra energy. But Wil-O-Wisp is the second ability. Basically, you summon a spectral little clone of yourself that travels in front of you. Now, recasting this ability, or basically the best recommendation for me, double tapping 2 real quick will give you 3 seconds of invulnerability. So this is gonna replace our beautiful rolling guard. So that is an extra mod slot that we're gonna utilize for something else. Breach Surge is her third ability. Now, she basically summons little flying sparks that blind enemies. Also, when you hit an enemy, there's a 10% chance that there will spawn another spark, and this spark will hit another enemy. Now, on kill, the chances are 100%. If you do and quickly summon yourself with your Breach Surge ability to one of your reservoirs, you're gonna get an increased range of 200%, which is amazing. Now, one thing that you want to keep in mind is this has a damage multiplier, and these little sparks can actually hit headshots as well. They deal primarily, actually only, radiation damage, and the status chance is 20% with a 1.5 spark crit multiplier. Now, this is going to be very good because it's basically going to do double damage. So if you do damage with any sort of weapon, it's basically gonna travel it and send it to the next person. So basically, this is our main damaging ability for our Warframe. The amazing part is the crowd control and also the incredible damage that you're gonna be doing. And the last ability is Sol Gate. You fire a laser, but this ability is not very important, so Nourish is gonna be our fourth ability. Now, yes, Nourish, I think every single Warframe can pretty much utilize this ability. It gives you viral damage, it gives your Warframe extra energy from all sources basically, and also you get this nice little pulse of viral, stacking enemies for viral, well, giving them 1 stack. Now, we're not actually going to utilize this, we're going to primarily utilize the damage bonus that this gives us, because this is going to give us a hefty amount of bonus damage. Now, Eclipse is a pretty decent option, but you lose out on the viral, and I'll explain why viral is very important in just a second. But what we want is to cover the actual build. Well, the build looks like this. For power strength, because all of our abilities benefit from power strength, we have basically everything. We have Blind Rage, Transient Fortitude, Growing Power, Archon Intensify. Now, Archon Intensify is very good because on ability health regeneration, or I guess if you heal yourself with abilities, you're going to get another additional 30% of power strength, so that's very nice. Now, I have Augur Reach here. You can replace this with Augur Secrets if you want to. We have Prime Flow, which again, you can change this out and put on Archon Shards, Adaptation for extra survivability, and Prime Continuity, and also Fuse Reservoirs, but keep this in mind in the Exilis slot, so do not lose a slot right there. For the Arcanes, Molt Augmented and Arcane Rage. Molt Augmented is pretty much important, but Arcane Rage can be definitely changed out for whatever you want, honestly. It is really dependent on you. Now, I do have 2 different weapons that I use in the gameplay, and I recommend these weapons. We have the Strun Incarnate Prime. This is the build for that. We are running viral. Now, we're gonna have a lot of viral damage, and the Strun Incarnate does a lot of slash damage. So Yeah, it's going to be very, very nice. And the other weapon that I use is the Archon Prime. Laser weapons, or I guess beam weapons with this Warframe are extremely amazing, believe me. You could use the turret, I didn't use it on purpose because I don't want to use the strongest weapon out there, but the turret, the Phantasma, any laser type weapon is incredibly good with her because of the 10% per hit chance of sparks. Considering beam weapons have an immense fire rate, you're going to be getting those sparks like crazy. Now, what is also very important for this build, we don't have a crowd controlling ability in the typical sense like for example Larva or Ensnare, but we have something like our companion, which is Nautilus with Cordon. Now, when we kill an enemy with 3 or more status effects, of course, Manifold Bond, refreshing the ability of Cordon, again dragging more enemies in. Now, this works with these specific builds that I'm showing you and these weapons that I'm showing you, works around 80% of the time. Keep in mind this is not always going to be precise, so it's not going to be like Ensnare and or Larva, but we have a really good crowd controlling ability because if you group up enemies, kill a lot of enemies, a lot of sparks means acolytes die very fast, and the weapon of choice is the Helsham. Here you go, you can see that this is the build that I use, pretty plain and simple, nothing too fancy there. So nice. Basically, how is this gonna work? Well, summon your reservoirs. I prefer summoning them in 2 spots so I can teleport between each other for the extra 200% increase in range. So that's why I do it. But other than that, just basically use your 3 ability. When you get in a little bit of a pickle, use your 2nd ability, Wil-O-Wisp, and just basically become invulnerable for 3 seconds. And your 4th ability should be pretty much always active. Now, weapon preferences, it is completely up to you. I showed you the shot and bore, but as I said, the turret, for example, with Wisp basically insta-kills everything, so keep that in mind, so you can do an amazing build with that. I do want to mention, I do have Archon shards. I do have a purple Archon shard on electricity status effect. We get extra 10% power strength. Getting a Tau Forged one or just the base one is going to be very good, and you also saw there I have a red one giving me 10% power strength, so that is pretty much it. Now, Wisp like this will allow you to run basically anything. You can do extermination missions like this, survival missions, defense missions, anything, because of the fast way she moves and also the increased speed with her moat and just the damage that she does, and basically just everything else. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, do leave a like. Comment down below on what you would change in the build in description, or I guess in the comments, and I will see you guys on the next one. This has been the Gaming Weasel. I love all of you, and I'm over and out.